Here we go! Solo SIKOA, Roman Reigns, trading heavy.
In an explosive turn of events that has left the WWE Universe reeling, one of the most shocking backstage altercations in recent memory has just unfolded, leading to the unprecedented decision by WWE's Chief Content Officer, Triple H, to fire none other than Solo SIKOA, a Samoan powerhouse who has been a rising star in the Bloodline faction and one of Roman Reigns' most trusted allies, has now found himself on the wrong side of the company after a brutal backstage attack on the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. This incident has sent shockwaves through the wrestling world, with fans and insiders alike questioning what could have possibly led to such an extreme action by Solo SIKOA, who was firmly entrenched in one of the most dominant factions in WWE history. As the dust settles and the WWE Universe tries to make sense of this chaotic situation, it's clear that this move by Triple H could alter the course of the Bloodline storyline and potentially the entire landscape of WWE for years to come. What started as a routine day at the WWE headquarters turned into an all-out war. According to insiders who were present during the backstage altercation, tensions between Solo SIKOA and Roman Reigns had been simmering for weeks, if not months. Solo, known for his quiet intensity and unwavering loyalty to the Bloodline, had grown increasingly frustrated with his role in the faction. While Roman Reigns has basked in the glory of his tribal chief status, Solo has remained the silent enforcer. This frustration apparently boiled over just minutes before the scheduled show, when Solo SIKOA, in an uncharacteristic outburst, confronted Roman Reigns backstage. Witnesses report that the argument quickly escalated into a physical confrontation, with Solo delivering a devastating blow to Roman, leaving the tribal chief writhing in pain. This was not just any ordinary attack, it was a message. Solo SIKOA had officially had enough of playing second fiddle to Roman Reigns, and his actions proved it. Enter Triple H, the cerebral assassin, the man behind much of WWE's creative direction. Known for his methodical approach to decision-making, Triple H's move to fire Solo SIKOA was as shocking as it was decisive. For weeks, rumors had circulated about possible unrest within the Bloodline, but no one could have predicted that Solo SIKOA would cross a line that forced Triple H to take such drastic action. The WWE locker room has always been a place where tensions flare, but never before has Triple H been put in such a position where he had to fire a major superstar in the middle of such a high-profile storyline. In a statement released just minutes after the incident, Triple H said, "Solo's actions were not only unprofessional, but completely unacceptable. We have a standard of conduct in WWE, and no one, no matter how talented or important to a storyline, is above that standard." The WWE Universe is left wondering, was this move a spur-of-the-moment decision, or had Triple H been eyeing Solo's growing discontent for some time? Given Triple H's reputation for long-term booking and his deep understanding of the wrestling business, it's likely that this decision was not made lightly. But what does this mean for the future of WWE, and more importantly, for the future of the Bloodline? With Solo SIKOA now out of the picture, the Bloodline, once an unstoppable force, appears to be crumbling. Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed head of the table, has lost one of his most important allies, and the timing couldn't be worse. With major title defenses looming, Roman must now navigate a landscape that no longer includes Solo SIKOA by his side. Will Roman seek revenge for Solo's betrayal? Or will this be the beginning of the end for the Bloodline as we know it? Fans are already speculating about the potential ripple effects this could have on WWE's major storylines. Could this lead to a full-fledged implosion of the Bloodline, with other members like Jimmy and Jey Uso questioning their loyalty to Roman? Or will Roman Reigns use this betrayal as fuel to further cement his status as the tribal chief, retaliating against Solo in the most brutal way possible? For his part, Solo SIKOA has not remained silent in the wake of his firing. In an exclusive interview following the incident, Solo
SIKOA is being controlled by someone else in the Anoa'i family, and that person is none other than The Rock. Ever since Roman Reigns lost the Universal title, Solo has taken the lead role and completely changed the bloodline. He first kicked out Jimmy Uso and then attacked Paul Heyman for not acknowledging him as the tribal chief. He then sent a warning to Roman Reigns claiming that Roman wasn't man enough to lead the bloodline. With SummerSlam approaching very soon, we know Roman Reigns will confront Solo SIKOA about his recent actions, but Solo will eventually reveal that he was following commands from the leader of the family, and that person would be the final boss, The Rock. This will set up an epic storyline between Rock and Roman Reigns to determine who will lead the bloodline, and the story will conclude at WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, where they will face each other in the main event. Personally, I don't think this match needs to involve the Universal title, as this feud is built on power and family.
shed light on his motivations for attacking Roman Reigns. For too long, I've been treated like nothing more than muscle someone who's there to clean up Roman's messes and do his dirty work, Solo said. But I'm not just an enforcer. I'm a competitor, I'm a champion in the making. And I refuse to be held back any longer. Solo's comments provide a glimpse into the growing divide between him and Roman Reigns, a divide that seems to have been building for quite some time. Roman always talks about family, about loyalty, Solo continued. But where was the loyalty when I was busting my ass for him day in and day out, while he stood in the spotlight? I've given everything to the bloodline, but enough is enough. I need to stand on my own 2 feet. This defiant statement has only added fuel to the fire, with many fans now divided over who to support. On one hand, Roman Reigns has been the face of WWE for years, dominating every opponent in his path. On the other hand, Solo SIKOA's grievances seem legitimate, and many believe that he deserves a shot at the top, something that being in Roman's shadow would never have afforded him. In firing Solo SIKOA, Triple H has not only made a bold statement about discipline within WWE, but also about the future direction of the company. For years, WWE has been built around a few key superstars, with Roman Reigns at the helm. But with Solo's exit from the bloodline, it's clear that Triple H may be looking to shake things up in a major way. Could this be the beginning of a new era in WWE? One where younger stars like Solo SIKOA are given the opportunity to rise to the top. Triple H has been vocal in the past about his desire to elevate new talent and create fresh, compelling storylines. This firing may be a calculated move to push Solo into the spotlight, even if it means a temporary exit from WWE's ranks. As fans continue to debate the impact of this shocking development, one thing is clear: Triple H is not afraid to make tough decisions, even when they involve some of WWE's biggest stars. His tenure as Chief Content Officer has already been marked by major shakeups, and this latest move may be his most daring yet. For Roman Reigns, this betrayal by Solo SIKOA may be the greatest test of his career. As the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman has faced countless challengers in the ring, but this attack by someone he considered family cuts deeper than any title defense. Roman's strength has always been his ability to command loyalty from those around him, but with Solo's departure, that loyalty is now in question. How will Roman respond to this betrayal? Will he seek revenge against Solo, or will he try to rebuild the bloodline with new members? And perhaps most importantly, can Roman Reigns continue his reign as the tribal chief without the support of one of his most trusted allies? With his firing now official, the big question on everyone's mind is, what's next for Solo SIKOA? While his departure from WWE may seem like the end of the road, many insiders believe that this could be just the beginning of a new chapter for Solo. Given his undeniable talent and the strong fan reaction to his recent actions, it's possible that Solo could return to WWE in a different capacity or even find himself another major wrestling promotion. In his final comments after the firing, Solo hinted at his future plans. "This isn't the end for me," he said. "I've got a lot more to prove, and I will prove it whether it's in WWE or somewhere else." But make no mistake, the next time you see Solo SIKOA, you'll see a champion. With those parting words, Solo left the WWE Universe with more questions than answers. Triple H's decision to fire Solo SIKOA following the shocking backstage attack on Roman Reigns was nothing short of a defining moment in WWE leadership. Known for his calm, calculated approach to the wrestling business, Triple H is not someone who typically makes impulsive decisions. His entire career, both in and out of the ring, has been characterized by his ability to see the bigger picture, to anticipate the long-term effects of every storyline, and to shape WWE's narrative with precision. Yet, in this case, Triple H acted swiftly and decisively, sending a clear message to the entire WWE roster: no one, no matter how important, is above the company's code of conduct. The WWE has always been a place where high drama, both on screen and backstage, unfolds, but it is rare to see a top-tier talent like Solo SIKOA dismissed so abruptly, especially in the midst of such a major storyline. Triple H, however, understood the gravity of the situation. The Bloodline storyline, which has dominated WWE programming for years, hinges on a delicate balance of power, loyalty, and betrayal.
We need him, Jimmy say. In the exciting main event of SmackDown, Solo SIKOA managed to defeat Jimmy Uso, but not without some help from the Bloodline. After the match, the Bloodline continued to attack Jimmy, showing no mercy. This brutal scene led Roman Reigns to rush out to the ring to save his cousin. Roman quickly took down Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, and Tongaloa with his powerful moves. However, things got even more intense when Roman started fighting with Solo. Just as the fight was heating up, Jacob Fatu attacked Roman from behind, changing the course of the battle. Jimmy tried his best to fight back, but he was eventually overpowered and knocked down. Solo then hit Roman with a devastating Samoan spike, leaving both Jimmy and Roman lying on the mat. In a moment of desperation, Jimmy looked at Roman and said, "We need him," referring to the importance of Jey Uso to the Bloodline fight. But will Roman Reigns' stubbornness allow him to be the bigger man and ask Jey Uso for help? But will Jey Uso help Roman and Jimmy? Let us know, guys.
Solo's unprovoked attack on Roman Reigns was more than just a backstage fight. It was a breach of the carefully constructed narrative that has captivated millions of fans around the world. By taking swift action, Triple H not only preserved the integrity of WWE storytelling, but also maintained order within the company. Solo's actions were unacceptable, plain and simple, Triple H stated in an official WWE release. "We have a duty to our fans and to the performers who give everything to this company to ensure that respect and professionalism upheld at all times." This was a tough decision, but it was the right one. It's a decision that some believe was long in the making. Solo SIKOA had been a rising star, but many insiders have speculated that his growing frustration with his role in the Bloodline was becoming a ticking time bomb. Triple H, always a step ahead, may have sensed that this tension would eventually boil over, and once it did, he didn't hesitate to take control of the situation. His quick and firm action in firing Solo SIKOA showed that no one is above the brand, and that even the most compelling storylines must adhere to a standard of respect and professionalism backstage. WWE Universe was left in a state of shock following the news of Solo SIKOA's firing. As soon as the announcement was made, social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit exploded with reactions from fans, wrestlers, and commentators alike. WWE fans are known for their passionate and often divided opinions, and this event was no exception. Almost instantly, two distinct camps emerged: those who supported Triple H's decision and those who believed that Solo's firing was a mistake. On one side, there are those who firmly believe that Triple H made the right call. For these fans, the backstage altercation represented a breach of trust within the Bloodline, and by extension, a betrayal of the larger WWE Universe. Roman Reigns, love him or hate him, is the cornerstone of WWE's most important storyline. For Solo to attack him in such a brutal and public manner was seen as an act of insubordination that could not be tolerated. I can't believe Solo would do that to Roman. The bloodline was everything to him, and he just threw it all away. Triple H made the right move. Loyalty to the family and respect for Roman had to come first. Others chimed in, echoing the sentiment that Solo's actions had crossed a line that couldn't be ignored. For this segment of the WWE fanbase, Solo's firing was not just justified, it was necessary to preserve the integrity of WWE's most important faction and storyline. On the other side of the argument, however, are those who feel that Solo SIKOA's dismissal was premature and overly harsh. For these fans, Solo's growing frustration with his role in the bloodline was completely understandable. After all, for months, Solo has been doing Roman's dirty work, playing the enforcer while Reigns soaked up all the glory. Many fans feel that Solo was justified in wanting to break free from Roman's control and stake his own claim in WWE. Solo was just standing up for himself. He's been Roman's lackey for too long. It's time for him to get his own spotlight, commented a fan on Instagram, sparking a flurry of similar opinions. This segment of fans views Solo's attack not as a betrayal, but as the natural evolution of his character. They argue that firing him was a huge mistake, not just because of what it does to Solo as a performer, but because of what it could do to the bloodline storyline itself. With Solo gone, they believe WWE has lost a key ingredient that made the bloodline saga so compelling: the possibility of internal strife leading to an epic confrontation between Roman and Solo down the line. This could have been the next great rivalry in WWE, lamented another fan. Imagine Solo versus Roman at WrestleMania. That match would have been legendary. Indeed, many are now left wondering what might have been. The thought of a Roman Reigns versus Solo SIKOA showdown had been one of the most exciting potential storylines for months. But with Solo's firing, those dreams seem to have been shattered, at least for now. It's not just the fans who have been talking. Several WWE superstars, both past and present, have weighed in on the shocking firing, offering their perspectives. Some have sided with Triple H, commending him for making a tough but necessary decision, while others have expressed sympathy for Solo, suggesting that his frustrations were justified. One notable reaction came from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who, while promoting his latest movie, was asked about the situation. The Rock, who has family ties to both Roman and Solo, offered a diplomatic response: "Family business can get complicated, especially when you're in the spotlight. But at the end of the day, respect and loyalty have to be at the core of everything. I'm sure this will work itself out in time." John Cena, another legendary figure in WWE, also shared his thoughts on the matter. "Solo is an incredible talent, and I've been impressed with his work in WWE," Cena said during an interview. "But at the end of the day, you have to understand that this is a business, and sometimes emotions get the better of us. I hope Solo bounces back from this, and I'm sure he will." Within the WWE locker room, the firing has reportedly created some tension. Many superstars are shocked by how quickly things escalated and are now walking on eggshells. Some have expressed concerns that Triple H's swift action sets a dangerous precedent, while others believe it's exactly the kind of strong leadership WWE needs in a time of constant change. As the days go on, the debate over Solo SIKOA's firing is likely to continue. For now, WWE fans are left wondering what the future holds for the bloodline, for Solo, and for the ever-changing landscape of the wrestling world. Triple H's decision, bold and controversial, will no doubt be analyzed and scrutinized in the coming weeks as WWE tries to move forward in the wake of this shocking incident. What's certain is that Solo's departure leaves a gaping hole in one of WWE's most important storylines. Whether this turns into an opportunity for new stars to rise, or whether it creates an insurmountable challenge for Roman Reigns and the rest of the bloodline, remains to be seen. But one thing is clear: the WWE Universe will never forget the day Solo SIKOA was fired after attacking Roman Reigns backstage, a moment that will go down in WWE history. Are you a true WWE fan? Prove it by subscribing today. Exclusive updates, legendary moments, and jaw-dropping rumors are just a click away.